And hello there. Let's keep your week rolling just right. The right mix of music conversation. Whether you're catching us online, on TV, hop on and join the channel. I'm Paolo de Rosario.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Asis-Carilo. Here's your daily dose of deep dives and good vibes. Welcome to Beautiful Day.
I am so happy. I am
Yes,
so
why?
happy because wala nang ulan.
I know.
In general, look outside. That is not real time, but a reflection of real
Yes.
time. We are seeing the sun. It is bright and hot. And long may it continue for a few days or weeks.
That's
Happy
why
ako
I
dun.
like it when I do the traffic update and then I see the sun right there on the roads.
Yeah. You see the sun right there on the roads, pero dumandami rin yung kotse minsan.
Oh, yun
Kasi,
lang.
people are not afraid to go out. So, yeah, but today wasn't so bad. For me, at least. I don't know about you.
Not so bad too.
Okay,
Maybe
good.
because I left early.
Yun din.
So I don't really know why.
Basta ako, I was on the road like for 4 hours yesterday.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you were
Grabe,
telling me. That's
wow.
crazy. You went to Montalban.
Montalban, which is
Ang
also,
layo, man.
which is still, I don't know, it's part of Metro Manila pa rin ata.
Oh.
So, I mean, pero sobrang layo.
Ba siya ng Metro Manila? Yung
Para, or at least
Montalban?
edge. Hindi na ata. Basta
Hindi
nasa
na, no?
Montalban
Oo.
over the PBA.
Yeah.
I love going there because of the facility. Pero yung biyahe talaga.
Yung
It's
biyahe.
sobrang, woo, it's something. It's
And
something.
it's totally different. Like when you travel for 4 hours, like maybe going out of town, tapos diretso lang. Malayo lang talaga, but diretso yung drive mo. That feels okay. But when you're stuck 4 hours, tapos yung patigil-tigil.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No,
my
but
God.
even if, no, in general, so it's really far from where I come from, which is relatively the Metro South area, or a lot of people still consider it the South, even though I don't think it's necessarily the South. Pero I had the chance to pass by Marikina, nag-riverbanks pa ako. Napaka-scenic yung drive, in fairness, pero ang layo lang talaga.
Scenic?
Oo,
Okay,
scenic.
sige.
Pwede na. I mean, like, scenic enough. But of course, we have a great show today because we have
Yes.
more music coming up.
Yay! We got Day Mix later on with this artist. His name is Jao.
Yes.
The artist behind TikTok fan edits and hit song Torpe. You know what? We were talking about this yesterday and they said, oh, Jao. And then I said, oh, who's Jao? Jao Mapa? And then nobody knew who Jao Mapa was. Ako lang yung may kilala sa kay Jao Mapa. And I was like, you don't know Jao Mapa? Yung from the Guapings. And they don't know the Guapings.
Alam mo, ako rin eh. Sorry.
Oh my God, hindi mo kilala! Wait! Nagwapis, Jao Mapa, Jo Marie Eliana, and Mark Anthony Fernandez. Diba? Sino? Eric Fructuoso. Ayun, sila pala ba yung original Guapings. And then there's Jao Mapa. And then, hindi nila kilala. But anyway, it's not Jao Mapa. It's Jao, the artist for Later's Day Mix. I just
Yes.
had to date myself right there.
Of course.
Na ako lang yung may kakilala sa Guapings. But anyway, he's gonna perform later live. His song is called Ikaw Lang Po.
Yes, and I know you're used to dating yourself, pero we're gonna talk to someone in Love Hacks later about his own dating life.
Okay.
Diba? Gusto mo yun? Ganun wordplay yun. Because we're gonna have renowned real estate expert John Dang sharing his story of dating in Manila. You may be familiar with him for his real estate content. He talks about yung condo prices, and investments, real estate management, of course, and so on and so forth. Really interesting content. And I never thought that we have him on the show to talk about his dating.
I know,
So
diba?
can't wait for that.
This probably is like the first time he's guested on TV to
For
talk about
love.
his dating life.
Oo nga eh. I'm
Ooh.
excited for that kasi dito, we share all. Tell all show po tayo. Alright, so we're live on Facebook and YouTube. You can catch us on the links that we're going to be flashing below. And where is it at?
BNC PHL, whether on Facebook or on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Comment sections are already open. I always
Yes,
check
sir.
those. Yesterday, we forgot to say hello to our viewers. So today, we will do that later on. So go ahead, send us your messages, questions for our guests later. If you want to ask questions for Coach V, because we have love hacks.
Yes.
Even though we have a guest, if you have love questions, we will answer those. So
Or,
go ahead and join us.
If you're in love, remember may hotline po tayo for your love questions.
Yes.
And then for our staff here in our production.
Oo nga eh.
may
Huwag na kayo
mga
magtago.
may mga write-in questions po tayo. So just pass it on to our lovely director, Direk Kari, and then siya nang bahala of being able to flash it.
Yes.
And of course, a lot to work on. So let's take the show on the road.
Let's let's check the situation first in major roads at this hour. Let's take a look at EDSA White Plains. Now, on the left side of your screens are vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard, already looking busy. If you're heading southbound, moderate to heavy traffic already building up on that lane. Opposite side, right side of your screens, those are the vehicles heading to Cubao, light traffic on that area. Now, this time, we're going to take a look at EDSA Orense in Makati. Left side of your screens, vehicles going to Pasay City, slowing down a bit as moderate traffic is already building up on that lane. Opposite side, right side of your screens are vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. No problem yet, light traffic on that area. Now, heads up to motorists, the expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Thursday, guys, so vehicles with license plates ending in 7 and 8 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And what will the weather be like this Thursday? Let's go find out from Paolo as he gives us today's forecast from Weather HQ. Take it away, Pao.
Thank you so much, Anne. We're actually gonna get an assist today because to know more about the latest weather update, we have via Zoom a Pag-asa weather specialist, John Manalo, joins us this morning. Magandang umaga, John.
Magandang umaga, Paolo, at ganoon din sa ating mga taga-subaybay.
Alright, John, anong huling balita tungkol sa panahon ngayon? Because, syempre, we're still reeling from si Typhoon Uwan. Ano po ang yung mga weather system na nakaka-apekto dito sa Pilipinas ngayon?
Well, at first, maybe we could mention something related to Typhoon Uwan, which is now a tropical depression and it continues to weakens, and it is currently at 305 kilometers north of Itbayat, Batanes, and moves northeastward at 25 kilometers per hour, which means that in the next few hours or by this afternoon, it will be outside the Philippine area of responsibility. Moving on to our weather today, expect cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms over Mindanao and Eastern Samar. This means higher chances of rainfall due to intertropical convergence zone. And in Metro Manila and the rest of the country, expect cloudy skies, clear sky condition, but localized thunderstorms are still possible. These localized thunderstorms are the like rainfall for a short period of time and for a specific areas only. And this means that we have lower chances of rain in most parts of the country.
Magandang balita yan tungkol kay Typhoon Uwan, or rather Tropical Depression Uwan. Of course, we're still wondering, nakaka-apekto ba rin ba to sa lagay ng panahon, especially the northern part of Luzon? Because dati nga ang napakalaki ni Uwan, but then now that it's getting smaller, are we seeing less effects, direct effects dito sa Pilipinas?
Yes, Paolo, no, wala na itong magiging direktang epekto sa anumang parte ng ating bansa. And also, we would like to clarify no, yung mga news recently na babalik daw ito ng Pilipinas. Ang minimension po natin dito ay babalik ng Philippine Area of Responsibility pero hindi sa anumang kalupaan ng ating bansa.
And just to remind people, yan, nakita po natin yung track doon na kung mapapansin po ninyo na as of 1 p.m. nung Wednesday, it did re-enter the Philippine Air Responsibility, or at least it was re-entering Philippine Air Responsibility at tumama po sa western part of Taiwan, which is still part of Philippine Air Responsibility. Kaya kailangan natin iklaro, like you mentioned a while ago, na bumalik po siya sa Philippine Air Responsibility but did not return to the Philippine land mass. Tama ba yung pag-explain ko, John?
Yes, Paolo. Perfect.
Oh, yeah, good. Okay naman, perfect tayo dyan. But of course, we're also talking about yung mga gale warnings that were also in effect. Kasi in the past few days, even if the typhoon was far away relatively from the northern part of Luzon at tumama sa Taiwan, may mga gale warning pa rin in the northern and western seaboards of northern Luzon. So is that still in effect or have things changed when it comes to yung mga gale warning po natin?
Paolo, it's already been lifted, so wala na tayong any issuance or warnings patungkol sa gale warning, storm surge at ganoon din naman sa ating weather advisory or yung mga ulan na posibleng magdulot ng mga pagbaha.
And right now, I think we're all wondering, may parating pa ba? Or is there something that we are looking at outside the Philippine Air Responsibility na may chansang pumasok and of course develop into something more serious?
What we mentioned earlier, the intertropical convergence zone, ito yung ang characteristic nito, or by the way, i-define natin to in simple way. So ito yung area sa Earth na kung saan nagmi-meet yung winds from northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, at kapag nagmi-meet po yan, ay nagkakaroon ng cloud formation. So yung cloud formation na yan ay nakaka-contribute din sa formation ng circulation or low pressure area. Kaya naman sa mga susunod na araw ay may nakikita tayo na potential na posibleng maging low pressure area dyan sa may eastern part ng Mindanao. Pero nananatili na maliit yung chance nito na maging isang ganap na bagyo or tropical depression.
Alright, maraming salamat, John. Alam mo, sabi ng prod namin, baka you might want my job. Kaya dyan ka muna sa Pag-asa. Maraming salamat, John, and ingat ka, and hopefully we can talk to you again soon.
Salamat po at ingat po tayo.
That was weather specialist John Manalo from Pag-asa. That is it for Weather HQ at the moment. And back to you.
Thank you, Pao. Now on to our top stories this morning. Informal settlers in Metro Manila are set to be relocated as part of Oplan Kontra Baha. The government program meant to tackle the flood problems of Metro Manila plans to demolish illegal structures to widen 120 waterways. The operation is set to run from this November until July of next year.
We will continue to do this first part of the Oplan hanggang July of next year. Na mga 9 months ito. Hindi namin titigilan. Ngunit, even after that 9 months, ay patuloy lang, regular na ang paglinis, pag-desiltation, paglinis ng basura. Lahat ito ay patuloy natin gagawin. Hindi natin pwedeng tigilan dahil alam naman natin umiipon pa.
No relocation plan has been shared as of yet, but the president says this falls under the National Housing Authority and Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development. It's good to see that action is being taken to prevent flooding particularly in Metro Manila, but my worry is where are these families going to be relocated? Because no relocation plan has been announced yet as we do this news report. But I do hope that they have a good location to send these families, because their houses are going to be demolished, and these are human lives we're talking about, diba? Tao sila, so kailangan meron silang paglalagyan na relocation site na maayos. Because my worry is, I have been seeing news reports, meron tayo mga expose, especially during Agenda Weekend, where housing projects are unfinished, tapos napabayaan na, walang funding, tapos hindi maganda yung pagkagawa. So meron tayo mga ganong expose na that we had the past couple of weeks in different parts of the country. So, ito yung worry natin. Pag nilipat natin itong mga informal settlers, sana maayos yung paglalagyan nila.
Yes, of course, that also falls under the jurisdiction of the National Housing Authority, which we mentioned in the past. And the thing is that when we have problem with one part of the government, at this point, the DPWH, right? And of course, when you take a look at basically all of the parts of the government that need to be working in tandem together, it's always going to be may mga finger pointing dyan for sure na dapat sila yung mag-aasikaso and so on.
Yes.
But we actually are seeing, the material we're seeing actually is only a small part of Oplan Kontra Baha, because apart from the relocation of the settlers, there's also the dredging of the rivers, the cleanups, because we all know via our many coverages of the environmental situation dito sa Metro Manila in particular, that the waterways have to be cleared. That
That's
the
true.
waterways have to be
That's
cleared, at
true.
maraming informal settlers ang nakatira, unfortunately, along those waterways.
Along those waterways.
So we're going to see how, one, they're going to be handled, and two, if this can be a more sustained project moving forward. But we have to move on here because we're going to keep on talking about it. And of course, we're going to see how that should all work out. And now, just in this morning, the Department of Public Works and Highways has confirmed the passing of bids and committees chairman of Sorsogon District, Engineer Larry Reyes. This comes after speculation on the cause of death of the senior official. However, DPWH said Reyes' family has requested for privacy and to refrain from spreading unconfirmed reports. So Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Engineer Larry Reyes.
Now, a bombshell from Senator Amy Marcos. She says Senate Blue Ribbon Committee witnesses are pressured to recant their testimonies. She adds these witnesses into the flood control scandal were threatened. This supposedly includes Orly Guteza, who previously unveiled a cash delivery scheme to the houses of former House Speaker Martin Romualdez and former Congressman Zaldi Co.
Ang mangyayari ngayon, magre-recant ang mga testigo. Panoorin ninyo, sigurado ako dyan. Isa-isa yan na biglang babaliktad dahil pre-measure, tinakot ang pamilya at halos tinutukan ang kasawa at anak.
Si Guteza, ma'am?
Kasi pinakamabigat ang kanyang testimonya. Talaga naman, tinakot ng todo-todo ang mga pobreng testigo. Hindi tama itong gawain nila.
The senator did not name who is behind the intimidation. She also said her cousin Romualdez is the VIP witness that Blue Ribbon Committee Chairman Panfilo Lacson is referring to. However, he might not push through.
Bago ata isip, nahiya din sa sarili. Kasi ang dating narinig ko, magiging state witness, siya ang magiging star witness, bibigyan ng witness protection. Pwede ba naman yun? Niloloko na tayo ng lubus-lubusan.
I didn't think that the VIP witness that Senator Lacson was talking about would be Martin Romualdez. He actually never gave any clues as to who that person is. But if this is true, then we will find out tomorrow.
Yes.
The Blue Ribbon Committee hearing resumes tomorrow. So a lot of eyes are going to be on that live stream. So malalaman natin tomorrow and all the other witnesses that are going to be presented in tomorrow's hearing.
It will be very interesting because Senator Amy Marcos did come in strong by one, naming names, and
Yes.
two, giving her own predictions of what will happen, because there's also a possibility that it might not happen. There might not be any recanting of the sworn statements. It might not be Representative Romualdez coming in as well. So again, she used the term unlikely. So we're gonna see just how likely that actually is. And because sigurado din naman ako may sarili siyang sources when it comes to all of this, right? So the question is the intelligence as accurate as she suggests?
We will find out
We will find out tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's gonna be really interesting to watch. Another must-watch TV moment. And hopefully you do that here on BNC. Now, there is an alleged syndicate in the Bureau of Customs aiding the smuggling of luxury cars, such as those of the so-called flood control royalty, Sara and Curly Discaya. Revealed in a Senate hearing, more than 10 employees in the BOC under investigation.
Yung mga ilan-ilan naman po, I have to state that. Marami naman sa BOC gumagawa po ng tama, no? But we're already identified those who could be probably involved in what happened, not only with the Discaya cars, but with other similar cases po. So, under investigation na po sila. Then, some of them we relieve from their posts.
Among their supposed methods are altering import records and tampering with X-ray images of vehicles.
It's an elaborate method of cheating the government. And then your certificate of payment.
Image na galing sa machine ninyo o na pinoproduce nila?
Well,
Nagbago yung image?
tampered yun, ma'am. Ano? But if talaga na x-ray yan, dapat lalabas yung
Maayos.
totoo. Yes, ma'am. So tampered yung image para yun ang magiging basis ng valuation. So you'll pay less.
The BOC says they are now aiming for full digitalization of the agency to avoid such schemes. So the issues here regard a long-standing notion that the BOC has been aiding and abetting in this type of corruption. I mean, it has been there for time immemorial, really. At least yung stigma na to. And right now, I think it's what's unique about this particular moment is we are now seeing how it is being done. Especially when it comes to yung mga luxury car na to. Which, again, nakakalula when you look at the figures of how much the value of the luxury cars do flow in. So we actually talked about the Discayas and the value of the luxury cars that they do have.
Yeah.
And at grabe talaga. If they can avoid customs when it comes to that, the
Yeah,
cross
because
registrations, yeah.
Di ba when they reported about that, nalaman natin kung magkano yung tax
Yes.
that you need to pay
Yup.
if you do it the right way.
Yes.
Kung walang corruption, walang under the table. Ang laki ng tax. And that, I guess, is the reason why, okay, kailangan hindi matakasan natin itong kailangang bayaran na tax, right? And we are just seeing this now kasi may kaso.
Yeah.
But this has been happening for the longest time.
They can't do it like Tracy Chapman, get on a fast car. So we gotta move on from that. But of course, the investigation goes on.
An international criminal court accredited lawyer calls on Senator Bato de la Rosa to surrender to the ICC if there really is an arrest warrant against him. On Bilyonaryo News Channel's On Point, attorney Gilbert Andres says de la Rosa himself has stated that he is willing to go to The Hague. Andres also emphasizes the former police chief's role in the bloody drug war of the Duterte administration.
Any ICC investigation and prosecution should include Mr. Bato de la Rosa because he was the one who issued that crucial circular memorandum, the 16-2016, which is Oplan Double Barrel, which was the basis for all of these extrajudicial killings in the war on drugs.
Andres also notes the Supreme Court's new rules on extradition cannot be applied should the ICC order De La Rosa's arrest.
It's really surrender.
Yeah.
That's the code. Why am I saying that and not extradition? Because if you look at the recently promulgated Supreme Court rules on extradition proceedings, the definition of extradition really refers to a requesting state. But we know that the ICC is not a state, it's actually an international organization. Surrender on the part of Philippine authorities.
I
Now,
see.
as to who is that Philippine authorities, it's reasonable to read that it's actually the executive, the president. And Philippine state practice is that it actually surrendered a suspect to the ICC in the person of Mr. Rodrigo Duterte last March 12. Therefore, we expect that if the Philippines will actually be consistent with its state practice, it will also surrender anyone, any suspect that has an ICC arrest warrant issued against him or her.
Andres believes it is difficult to confirm the claim of Ombudsman Boying Remulla that an arrest warrant has already been issued against De La Rosa. He explains the ICC does not publicly announce such warrants and that the DFA would be the first agency to receive the document.
Well, the Akbayan Reform Bloc has submitted House Bill number 5905 or the Anti-Political Dynasty Bill.
Nagbigay po ito ng bagong pag-asa ulit sa ating mamamayan na finally ay magkaroon na po ng katotohanan at magkaroon na ng batas tungkol sa laban sa political dynasty.
Championed by Dinagat Islands Representative Kaka Bagao, this isn't the first anti-dynastic bill submitted in the 20th Congress, but Bagao says it is the most comprehensive.
Simpleng-simple lang po ang gustong sabihin ng batas na ito. Una ay kapag kayo ay magkamag-anak hanggang 4th degree of consanguinity or affinity, ibig sabihin na hanggang first cousin, tatay mo, asawa mo, anak mo, biyanan mo, lolo mo, ay hindi po pwedeng tumakbo sa kahit anong posisyon na public elective official.
The Akbayan Reform Bloc hopes to have the bill passed before this Christmas, and House Speaker Boji D has given his support and plans to make it a priority.
Kaya samahan po ninyo kung isulong natin ng isang panukalang batas na magbibigay ng malinaw at makaturungang definasyon ng political dynasty. Isang definasyon na tapat ng diwa sa ating saligang batas na nakatuon sa pagpapalakas ng ating demokrasya.
It's really interesting that this is going to be made a priority by the House Speaker, who himself has
Yes.
relatives also famously
Yes.
in government as well. And if this does pass under the Marcos administration who has a lot of relatives in the government as well, including, of course, there's a presidential son,
Yes, of
cousins, sisters, and you just have to feel that this will have a big ripple effect, especially in the next coming years, if this does come to fruition.
If it comes to fruition.
Yes.
And ang goal na nga nila is to have this bill passed before Christmas. So we will see. Ang daming deadline ng the
but
end of
this
the
is-
year.
This for Congress lang, by the way, right? So it will have to move on from there. If we're not saying that by the end of the year, we're going to have this particular law, right? So that's not the case. But to get it past Congress is going to be one big, giant step. Another thing, though, is that like as much as we're talking about kung sino maapektuhan na dynasty ngayon, it's fourth degree or first cousin. Baka biglang dumami lang yung mga second cousin ng iba. Diba? Like, baka biglang dumami mga second cousins that actually are now part of government. So, of course, there's always going to be a loophole as with any law. And the question is, how can this also be implemented properly?
But we want to see
And
this
yes.
implemented.
Yeah.
Diba? It's something that the government needs, the country needs para maiwasan yung corruption, para hindi pinapasa yung power sa pamilya, hindi namamana.
There's going to be a
Diba?
family civil war
Yeah.
for different dynasties. Baka.
Okay, moving on. In world news this time, U.S. President Donald Trump could face hurdles in his case against UK public broadcaster BBC. This according to a UK-based lawyer specializing in media disputes. Trump previously said he will sue BBC for misrepresenting his words in a documentary. However, an expert says the Republican president may struggle to establish financial and reputational harm as a result. The documentary in question aired before the 2024 U.S. presidential elections. It spliced 3 different speeches that created an impression he incited the January 6, 2021 riot. BBC is asked to retract its documentary or face a billion-dollar lawsuit.
Ano mo, mag-usapan luxury cars ulit tayo. Because now in sports, German auto brand Audi is set for the starting position after revealing their first Formula One car. Set to make its debut next year with their own chassis and power unit, Audi's first entry into the F1 series has a familiar silhouette with a striking color scheme. A preview of their full livery will be revealed in January. Audi first announced their plans to join F1 in 2022 and have since been building up their grand reveal, finally ready to take over the Sauber entry for next year.
Okay, here we go with our first cup of tea. The teaser trailer for The Devil Wears Prada 2 is officially out. Here's a first look at the Miranda Priestly and Anne Hathaway cinematic universe to the tune of Madonna's hit song Vogue.
Miranda? Took you long enough.
Oh my goodness, that is so exciting! And can I just say, Miranda Priestly, she looks really good.
Yes, as expected.
Yeah, so Miranda Priestly and Andy Sachs, and of course, the rest of the cast will be joining them. We're talking about Emily Blunt and Stanley Tucci, our favorite.
Tucci gang.
So looking forward to that movie. Now, for our second cup of tea, speaking of films, Pope Leo just revealed his 4 favorites, and he is a man of taste.
Super! I'm impressed by this.
The Pontiff revealed ahead of a meeting with about 3 dozen Hollywood stars, including Kate Blanchett, Chris Pine, and Adam Scott, to deepen dialogue between the Vatican and the world of cinema. His Holiness said his 4 all-time favorites are It's a Wonderful Life from 1946, The Sound of Music from 1965,
Classic.
Ordinary People from 1980, and Life is Beautiful from 1997. I think that's a different song. The Vatican said Pope Leo I from the United States hopes to explore how artistic expression can inspire empathy and moral reflection. Hindi yata yun yung theme, no?
Ah, di ba? Okay.
Bata pa yata si John Legend nung time na yun.
Oh my gosh. Of course.
But those are classics, of
It's
course.
such a good list. It's such a good list.
Yes.
And of course, right now we have to move on because apart from all these movies, we have a lot of music to talk about coming up next. I'm really
parang
excited.
Sound of Music.
Oh,
diba?
oo nga eh, para lang. But then, no, I'm really interested because, syempre, unfortunately, we're not the first morning show that he's been part of. But you know what? I am adamant that this is going to be one of his best.
Kailangan.
Oo. Oo nga
Kailangan.
eh.
Ito yung best.
Of course.
Diba?
And of course, right now, we have a lot to talk about here because up next, singer-songwriter Jao joins us for a fun chat and a live performance of his hit single, Ikaw Lang Po, on Daymix. Don't go away. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. Now, for all the torpes out there or anyone who's ever had a crush that makes your heart race, our next guest is definitely the artist for you. Now, his viral hits have often been used in fan edits or love teams for their kilig-filled lyrics. And today, he's here to bring those good vibes live on our show. Please welcome Jao as he performs Ikaw Lang Po right here on Daymix.
Di na namalayan na unti-unti nang nahuhulog ang gamit sa'yo. Di ko inakala na mapapayo ka ng ganito. At sa paglipas ng gabi, ikaw ay aking katabi. Walang hangarin na iba kundi ikaw. Ay, sa'yo tabi, hindi na ikaw sa'yo. Dinanalangin kay bathala, pero ko ay kusa lang natin. At sa paglipas ng gabi, ikaw ay aking katabi. Walang hangarin na iba kundi ikaw. Ay, sa'yong dali, hindi pa pwede na di ka masilayan. Araw-araw sa pag-isip. Araw-araw.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jao with Ikaw Lang Po. Beautiful day, Jao. Thank you so much for that.
Come join us over here, Jao.
Yes, so we're just going to have him unequipped himself with that guitar. Grabe.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning po.
What a vibe
Thank you
here this morning. Maraming salamat. We really appreciate that song. Ikaw Lang Po. First off, the big question here asked by my partner, bakit may po?
Oo
Why are you so
nga.
respectful?
Bakit may po? Sandali. Pag tita ba yan?
Target market pala, tita.
Bakit ba mga tita? Kasi tita ako. Para
Oo.
sa mga katulad ko
Kinilig
ba
kasi
yan?
siya eh. Tuloy.
Ikaw lang po.
Po.
Actually, yung po is... Kasi napansin po ng listeners ko na yung mga lyrics ko is very quirky, very cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sabi ko, what if lagyan ko ng po sa title yung song and sa lyrics din para lagyan ko ng parang panindigan ko na talaga yung cuteness
Okay,
and yung
yeah.
quirkiness.
Okay.
So nilagay ko na po yung po. And fun fact, song po siya about sa parents ko. Kaya parang may po na rin.
Kaya
sorry.
may po.
Tama na lang din.
Could you explain a bit more about that? Like yung love story nila or did you try to write from yung perspective nila? So paano to naging about your
Parents,
parents?
yeah.
Naging about sa kanila kasi napansin ko yung assurance na binibigay nila sa isa't isa.
Wow.
Kasi like every morning na bubungad sa akin, maririnig ko lang. May inggit ako eh. I love you ma, I love you too pa, ganyan.
Oh
So,
wow, that's so sweet.
Are they watching?
wala, hindi po yata kasi nasa airport po sila.
Sa
nasa airport.
You know what? We'll
Okay,
send them
but
the
that's so
interview. You should
sweet.
send them this
Yeah,
interview
yeah.
para, we can celebrate their love together, diba?
Yeah.
Of course, on other songs that you do have, Torpe, Classroom Crush, normally end up sa Spotify playlist. Very high rating, very high ranking, and of course, may tema ka eh. So far, it's all about love. It's all about yung mga sawi. It's all about yung hopefulness and yung daily love, daily grind of loving someone and yung rewards that come from it. Saan yan nanggagaling? Because normally you write what you know. So sobrang in love ka ba?
Usually lahat po ng pinanggagalingan ng songs ko sa experience talaga.
Ayun.
Experience
talaga.
Wow.
Experience or kwento ng mga close ko na tao.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yun po, yung pinanggalingan ng Torpes, yung EP ko po na Kabanata EP.
Mhm.
And yung buong song po na, yung buong EP po na yun, which consists of 6 songs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tungkol lang siya sa naging taong crush ko ng 2023.
Crush mo noong 2023.
Crush lang po.
Crush lang. So,
Crush
hindi
lang.
kayo...
Crush lang.
Walang nangyari.
Wala talaga.
Kasi torpe ka ba? O is the song relatable? yung famous song mo, Torpe? Are you a torpe in real life?
Unfortunately, yes. Pero hindi na po ngayon. Hindi na ngayon.
Hindi na
Hindi
ngayon.
na ngayon kasi
Oo.
nag-gain na siya ng confidence
Yeah,
now
yeah.
that he's
Oo.
a star, di ba?
Grabe. Again, just looking at your history in general, Señales in particular are nominations on the 38th Awit Awards for
Yes,
Best
po.
Pop Recording, Best Performance by a Solo Artist,
Wow.
and Best Musical Arrangement. And you talk about yung promise to yun and how your career is going right now. And of course, the fans that are growing and the way that you're writing, have you found yourself as an artist na? Because, again, very young, 23 years young. And we love your songs already. And again, it hits a different generation. It's her generation. Sobrang iba yung generation niya. Natamahan
Oo,
siya.
kasi pag naglagay ka ng po, automatic
Oo
yun sa
nga.
mga tita na yun.
Oh. So do you feel that you found your voice as an artist already? Are you comfortable where you are and how you're growing?
Yes po. Kasi actually, hindi ko po talaga na-expect na magiging artist ako. Na I would write songs, ganyan. Kasi talagang tutok ko lang talaga is aral lang talaga. Then, yun nga po, dumating yung pandemic. Sabi ko, what if i-upload ko yung mga cover videos ko sa TikTok? Then, ayun na po, na-pick up na ako ng label ko. Then, sabi ko,
Okay.
labas nga ako ng kanta.
Oh.
Yun na po, doon na po siya nagsimula. And parang ngayon po, nahanap ko na po yung purpose ko na, okay, I was born for this.
I like that.
You know, speaking of TikTok, now that you've mentioned that, gusto kong ikwento mo sa amin that moment that turned heads, yung TikTok duet with Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, what was going through your mind when you saw yung notification na Ed Sheeran dueted your song? Kwento mo.
Actually, hindi ko pa nga po yun pinaniwalaan nung una.
Okay.
Kasi like, nagdo-doom scroll lang po ako mga 2 a.m. Sabi ko, ano na to? Ed Sheeran na to, dueted your video. Akala ko po kasi fake lang.
Okay.
Kasi ang dami
Kasi maraming
ang dami
ano.
na eh.
Yeah, yes.
Opo. Tapos, nung pinindot ko po yung video na yun, hindi po ako makasigaw kasi alas 2 na nga po na madaling araw.
Ba't
Alam
ka
po
pa
ako-
gising ng
Pero tamang timing lang din po yun na
Oo.
first hand ko po nakita na dinuwit niya po talaga. And nakakabaliw kasi growing up, nakikinig na po talaga ako sa kanya. So, ayun, ngayon nakikita ko po kinikilig ako.
Oh, ang galing.
Oh, kakakilig naman talaga. I mean, when you throw your content out there, hindi mo naman iniisip na iduduet yan ng someone so big.
Opo.
Diba?
Yung nagtataka po ako kasi hindi ko alam kung paano niya nakita yan.
Yeah.
Out of all the do it
Nagdo-doom
videos.
scroll lang din si Ed Sheeran.
Siguro. So, thank you, Ed.
Oo. Kasi I think that came from the album The A-Team eh. He must be part of the Jow team daw eh.
Oh, yeah.
Oo, diba? Obviously.
Jow
Obviously, that's how it
team.
works. But, okay, apart from that, have you seen him live dito? He's been here twice, I think, already.
Hindi pa po.
Oh my gosh, a collaboration must happen.
You have to make that
Jow
work.
and Ed
And
Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran, oo. Alam mo, this show has a magic ability of
Yes.
making your dreams come true.
That's true. This is
So,
a manifesting show.
Yes.
Manifest natin yan na mangyayari yan. The next time Ed Sheeran comes here, magkakaroon kayo ng collab.
oh, yun. Or at least a session, diba?
Actually, ano nga po yung cool kasi black and yellow, tapos yellow.
Oo.
So parang yun din po yung nakita kong colors sa channel. So sabi ko, okay, something, parang may mangyayari. Kako.
Yeah. Hope, look, we're manifesting that for you. We're gonna pray for it also. Normally, it's also a pray-over show. Di lang alam ng tao. But we're going to make that happen. Okay. Oh, Jow! Let's go! And let's find Ed Sheeran for you and bring him back to the country.
Yes.
At we're gonna make that happen. We're gonna
Amen.
make that happen.
Amen.
Amen to
Amen.
that. All right.
Okay.
So let's talk about something that has already happened, which is the fact that your songs have also made the rounds on TikTok because nagiging soundtrack siya for a lot of love teams in
Yes.
general. For PBB Love Team, particular Caprice and Clifford, just that connection that has been made. How does it feel that talagang embedded in pop culture yung mga kanta mo?
Nakakatuwa po kasi hindi lang ako yung nag-enjoy sa songs ko kasi kwento ko nga po yun is
Oo.
ang dami po nakaka-relate and nakakatuwa na yung mga fans is talagang sinasakto nila yun sa mga nangyayari sa lalo na sa PBB po. Nakakatuwa po lalo na yung mga fan edits nila na napakadami talaga. So yun, thankful po ako sa lahat ng mga nag-edit dyan.
Speaking of your fans, you know, you once mentioned that yung mga fans mo, they actually helped you get signed into a music label?
Yes.
Kwento
Yes
mo
po.
nga sa amin yung
Yes po.
story na yan.
Actually, ang nangyari po kasi nun, ilang buwan po yun talaga na parang ligawan.
Okay.
Kasi lagi pong dumadaan yung label ko sa TikTok live ko noon.
Aha.
Sabi ko, ba't kaya anong ginagawa nitong label na to dito?
Baka
Sabi
naman,
ko.
diba?
Opo. Tapos, nung mga 6 months po yata yun, na ganong pabalik-balik sila, ganyan, kamustahan lang po talaga. Ang nangyari po is one time, nainip na po yung fans. One time na dumaan po yung label sa live ko, finlad po nila na, ipasok niya na si Joe, isa niya na si Joe.
Galing.
Tapos after po nung live na
Okay.
yun, nakatanggap ako ng DM na, ayun na, signing na po.
Oh, ang galing. Wow.
Wow. Thank you, fans.
That's insane.
Iba talaga power din ng fan base.
Actually,
ano?
Oo,
Yeah.
sana may fan base din tayo, no? Wala pa eh.
Malay mo in the near future.
But again, maganda talaga that the fans of other fandoms, by the way, are using your songs. And
Yeah.
the goal kasi yan ng ibang music artists, especially the new ones now, na kapag sa TikTok or wherever social media platform na maging viral yung kanta nila, magamit sa mga fan edits and so on or yung mga trends, to the point that some people make songs specifically para sa
For
TikTok.
them. Yes po.
Are you that type of artist or does it just so happen na yung mga kanta mo ginagamit para sa TikTok or social media? Do you write for social media or do you just write songs the way you do?
I write songs to tell my stories po. Yun po talaga. It's just talagang sumakto lang po talaga sa mga nangyayari sa mundo ngayon. Parang, ayun, nakakatuwa po talaga. Ewan ko po, nakakatuwa. Yan po yung clip na yan, nakakatuwa yung fans dyan.
Oo.
Kasi talagang inabangan po nila yung song ko na Torpe nga po. And talagang dikit na dikit sa love team na yan yung
Of
song na
course.
yun.
Again, I believe the love teams that used this, Ashley and Bianca De Vera, that PB love team also had a chance to use it. Caprice and Clifford also. It's your stories are all about love. lately.
Opo.
Pero it wasn't necessarily the case all the time, if I'm not mistaken. And nag-emotional ballad rin siya. This boy has range.
So anong shift? Actually, tatanungin ko muna kung na-meet mo na rin
Oo,
ba yung
actually.
mga love teams na yan?
Yes po, si Will po and si Bianca, na-meet ko po sila dyan sa event po na yan
Ayan.
specifically. Parang ano po siya,
Okay.
fundraising event for animals po, pets.
Okay,
Ayun po,
okay.
yan po. Pero yung si Caprice po and Clifford, never pa po. Kasi,
Oh, yun ay next.
Yan
yes
yung
po.
next.
Oo, kailangan
Looking
nandun
forward.
sila as you sing the theme song, 'di ba? And si Ed Sheeran, dami natin kailangan i-manifest ngayon. Busy yung manifesting powers natin today, Pawa.
Ano yung binulong mo when they were, like, kanina?
Okay, sige.
Oo.
First time ko po i-reveal to actually.
Okay,
Okay, go.
First time.
May exclusive bar ba tayo?
Meron
Kanina,
akong
Bas?
song para sa'yo kasi alam kong torpe ka.
And how did he react to it? Ano
sige,
sabi
sige,
niya?
abangan ko yan
G?
ni Kanya. Opo.
I love how you just
Nakakatuwa.
admit na, torpe talaga ako eh. Ganun talaga eh. Like how you said na torpe ka ga on the show, di ba? And there's nothing wrong naman with being torpe, I guess.
No.
Cute nga yun eh, di ba?
I
Just
don't
like adding
know.
po to the song. Cute siya actually kasi
Wait,
yung masyadong
question ko po.
aggressive.
Torpe po ba kayo?
Ako dati.
Oh, I am not torpe.
I see Joe!
My
I
bro.
see Joe, my guy! Oh, diba?
O, gagawa ka rin yan ng kanta.
yung mga-
Pero dati lang yun. That was a long time, like ages ago. Ngayon,
Dapat may-
wala nang, not a bit of shyness here in this person.
Dapat may kanta tayo, pare, na mga former torpe.
Yeah,
That found confidence because you found love.
Yeah.
Nako, ano ba? But anyway, yung shift mo from different songs or different sounds, naging mas heartfelt na, mas love songs na ngayon. What inspired that shift?
Ako po kasi, isa po akong artist na parang nakikita ko po hindi po ako one-trick pony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, gusto ko po talaga actually lahat ina-explore. Kasi yun din po yung mga pinakinggan ko music. Super random din po. Like rap, ballad, rock, blues, kung ano naman po, like super random po ng music taste ko. And sa akin po as an artist, gusto ko pong gawin yun na parang I can do all of this.
So gusto mo mag-explore din ng
Yes
ibang
po.
genres?
Yes po, yes po.
That's so
And
cool.
nakakatuwa po na super supportive din po yung team ko dun sa
Oo.
takbo na yun. And yeah,
Have you ever tried doing rap before?
soon
Sabi mo
po.
kasi
Soon
rap,
po.
di ba?
Soon po sa album sana.
Yeah.
You know why he needs to? Kasi he needs to rap with Ed Sheeran.
Oo nga.
Actually, nag-rap din po pala siya.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
why
he
I brought that
does.
up.
So, kailangan mag-practicein mo na para pagdating ni Ed Sheeran, ready ka.
Oo,
diba?
at kasi,
Yeah.
look, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, yung simula ni Ed Sheeran, parang ballad-ballad din siya, and then
ballad.
talking about love.
And then he changed genres. Like, he explored different genres.
Yeah, he just
as
started
well.
talking about drinking a lot also.
Yeah.
Pero don't go down that road.
No, because
Yun.
sometimes
Entirely.
you grow up, you know,
Yeah.
and your likes and interests change. Diba?
But you know what I like about your music at yung proseso mo is that everything feels very personal eh. Is that what we'll always hear when we hear your music, yung Jao music, that personal insight to into yung life mo, yung pananaw mo in general, because the song we just heard a while ago was about your parents, and that's incredibly personal. Is that the same for the rest?
Yes po, kasi ang goal ko po talaga is like maging real, very raw, na ito yung nararamdaman ko talaga. Kasi lalo na ngayon sa pop culture na it's all about the beats. Yan, ulit-ulit na lang yung kung ano-anong random words na lang na nilalagay nila sa song. And ang aim ko po talaga is mag-resonate po yung music ko sa kung all ages actually. Sa lahat po na pwede pasok siya sa matanda, pasok siya sa bata,
Pasok
and
sa love team.
pasok sa love team.
Yes.
So yun po, rawness, pagiging totoo, and yeah.
Are you open to like writing songs talaga for love team since dalawa na yung na-feature mong ano, 'di ba?
Open naman po.
Sana yung
Rap.
ano na. Sana
Rap na love song.
How about feature them in a music video?
Actually, pangarap ko din po yun.
Oo.
Na magkaroon ng music video with them. Kaso,
They're hoops to jump
Sikat,
around.
sobrang sikat nila eh.
Ay nako, that's not impossible. It can happen.
Oh, you contributed to that, ha? Ano ka? So, I think
Yeah.
that, you put all that together. And I like how he said he's trying to cater to all generations. Ikaw na in love ka sa po, eh.
Basta automatic yun, maglagay ka lang po. You got all the tita's hearts already.
Oo.
Grabe to si Paolo del Rosario.
Oo naman. We're 3 generations here, ha?
Yeah, well, speaking of generation, yung generation mo, Jao, you rely heavily on social media, di ba? I mean, dun nga naging viral yung mga posts mo, di ba, sa TikTok. Ano yung sa tingin mo parang pros and cons?
Pros and cons po is like
Sorry, kasi I think the reason why we brought that up is kasi minsan some artists, they tend to measure success now via yung
Views.
yung virality niya. Like, are you bound by that or hindi naman?
part pa rin po yun
Oo.
kasi ang dami po nakakapansin sa song. Pero ayun nga po, ang goal ko talaga is mag-resonate yung song po talaga sa maraming tao.
Oo.
And actually, isang goal ko po sa buhay is makita yung kanta ko sa video okay.
Video
Seryoso?
okay.
Opo, parang pag
So,
nakita mo
kapag-
po kasi doon, I made it.
Oo.
You know
Parang
what, that's
ganun
so
na po
true.
Yung tipong MIDI yung soundtrack lang.
At tapos yung memorize na nila yung code.
Oo, memorize na yung code. So, mga 3 a.m. kumakain ka ng sisig tapos kumakanta ka ng jaw.
Yeah.
Saya nun. Oh my gosh, I want that. All right, I want that for you. And I promise you, I will do that. All right.
Ang dami natin kailangan i-manifest.
Kaya,
Oh my
oo.
goodness.
One step at a time muna. We started with Ed Sheeran, then after that, we'll move on to karaoke.
Parang mas madali yata yung karaoke sandali.
Yeah. Mag-karaoke na rin siya with Ed Sheeran.
Oh, pwede,
Okay.
pwede.
So, right now, we're running out of time. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on a little speed run here just to try and get a quicker idea of everything that you love. All right? We're gonna start off with this one first. Do you find it harder to write sad songs or feel-good songs?
Wala pong mahirap kasi I love doing this.
Oh.
I love doing this. Nag-enjoy po akong nagsusulat and kinakwento yung... Kasi hindi po ako madaldal na tao na ganito ganyan yung nararamdaman ko. Gusto ko dinadaan ko siya sa kanta eh. And yun po.
Hindi ka na madaldal sa lagay na to.
Hindi pa masyado.
Hindi ba po ba?
Slight lang. Yeah.
Slight
How about
lang.
a topic you haven't tried but would love to write a song about soon?
Ano ba? Ano bang topic ang hindi ko pa nasusulatan? Siguro yung mga topics ngayon sa mundo, social issues.
Oh, really? Is that a goal in
nice.
social issues? Next
Gusto ko
mo?
pong subukan yun.
Really?
Gusto ko pong subukan.
Pwede.
So, next protest song,
We have a
kanta
lot.
niya.
Oo.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
true.
I'd like that. All right. Longest time it took you to write a song.
6 months po.
Which song?
6 months. Yung... ito pong, yung part po ng EP ko na Maghintay po yung title. Nasa EP ko po siya, Kabanata EP. Mga last year ko pa po ata siya sinimulan. Then nung sabi nila na bubuo tayo ng EP, doon ko pa lang po siya natapos talaga. Ewan ko parang... Ang hirap niya pong tapusin.
Bakit? Ay, wait, I'm curious.
Mahirap
Bakit siya
tapusin.
mahirap ka tapusin?
Parang-
Tungkol ba sa storya mo yun? or
Gusto ko
some
po
other-
siyang going perfect eh.
I get you. So, perfectionist ka.
okay,
So,
okay.
what's the shortest one? Since nagmamadali na tayo.
5 minutes po yung torpe.
5 minutes?
Yes po.
Yung torpe?
Kasi baka torpe talaga siya that time.
Ay, maybe because...
Talagang labas na labas,
Labas
yung
talaga.
emotion.
Oo, I understand. All right. Ito, celebrity crush. Okay, we'll move
Wala
on.
po.
Yeah, ayaw
Dream
niya
phone love
sagutin.
globally is Ed Sheeran locally.
TJ Montelde po.
Let's make that
works,
happen.
that
Hi,
works.
TJ, if you're watching.
Close na.
Malay mo.
All right, if you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? And of course, which one?
Don't Let Me Down by The Beatles.
Oh, kaya
Or
nagpo-post
Rock
siya.
With You by Michael Jackson.
Oh, nice.
Kaya
Love that.
nagpo-post siya eh, diba?
Oh.
Very respectful. All right, and last but not least, songwriting or playing instruments, which do you love more?
Songwriting.
Ooh, songwriting.
All right.
Talaga?
And I think we're gonna
Teka lang, meron pa akong isang pahabol. What's your
Go.
go-to karaoke song?
Go-to-
Pwera yung sayo kasi wala pa siya sa karaoke.
Bakit Ba Ikaw by Michael Pangilinan.
Oh, okay.
Like first song ko po agad yun every time na
Yun talaga,
magkakaraoke.
bakit?
Kasi yun po yung ginagamit kong pyesa nung high school.
Oo,
Pagka
feel na
sumasali
feel.
po
Feel na
ng,
feel mo.
Oo.
ng contest. Yun
Yeah.
po yung ginagamit ko yun.
I get you. Oh, I like how you
nice.
use the term pyesa. Kasi yung pyesa ko, bakit ngayon ka lang? I love that.
Oh, I love that song
I
too.
know. Oo.
Didn't we sing that one time?
Yes, we did, but we did it off air. Anyway, any upcoming projects we have to look forward to? Any new music as well?
Next year po, plano ko pong maglabas uli sa birthday ko.
Ooh, okay.
So stay tuned for that and looking forward sa album, sana.
Yeah.
And also, music video with Love
With the Love Teams.
Love
Yes, let's make
And
that
of course,
happen.
collab with Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
And TJ.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sabay na.
Hi,
Yeah.
TJ.
All right, so we're gonna have to wrap things up here. But Jao, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on. And we have one last question.
Yes,
to ask.
our show is called Beautiful Day. So, Jao, tell us, what makes your day beautiful?
Music.
Music.
So simple and so true.
And so true. Yeah.
I love it. Jao,
Heartfelt.
maraming salamat. We enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you.
And we hope that pag-release ng bagong album or EP that you come back on, we'll talk about it a bit more. And sana nga, we're one step closer to Ed Sheeran together. I want to meet him also.
Oo.
Ay, di ba
Tapos
po
mag-guest
siya?
kayo.
Hindi
Hindi
ko
pa.
naman,
Tapos mag-guest kayo dito sa show. Kantahin nyo yung
Oo,
collab.
song
collab
namin.
nyo.
Yeah, okay.
O, kailangan na. We already, nag-book na kami.
Yes, that's
Alright? Ready na. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, singer-songwriter Jao, make sure you follow him on all his socials. And of course, check him out on Spotify. Do spam that stream and make sure that we blow his name up. Maraming salamat, Jao. At Jao saying hello and Aaron Obra on IG and TikTok. Appreciate
Now,
you.
our next guest today grew up in Southern California but found himself searching for love here in the Philippines. Having been in relationships with Filipino women, he's made mistakes, learned from them, and now shares his experiences with honesty and humor. He joins us later on Love Hacks, plus your horoscope of the day with Master Hans Kua. So don't miss it. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. Hi there, welcome back to Beautiful Day. Is today going to be a lucky day for us or not? Let's go find out from our resident energizer and feng shui master Hans Kua in our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! Beautiful day with me, Bilyonaryo Master Hans Kua. Ito po ang horoscope ngayong araw ng Thursday, November 13. Para sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat, iwasan ang overthinking. Nakakapagod ito ng katawan, pati na rin ang emosyon mo. Green at 4. Kay Oksaman tayo may darating na balita na maaaring magbago ng takbo ng plano. Kaya naman matuto maging flexible. Red at 2. Kay Tiger naman, panahon na para humingi ng feedback. Makakatulong ito sa growth mo. Silver at 6. Kay Rabbit naman, good time para i-track ang expenses. Baka may pattern kang kailangan baguhin. Brown at 7. Dragon naman tayo may lalapit para humingi ng tulong. Kung kaya mo, ibigay mo ng bukal sa loob mo. Gold at 7. Kay Snake naman, hindi mo kailangang kontrolin lahat ng emosyon mo. Minsan, okay din na umamin na nasasaktan ka na. Purple at 1. Ito naman, King of the Horsey, may makulit na issue sa relasyon na paulit-ulit. Baka kailangan niya mag-usap ng masinsinan. Gold at 3. Kay Year of the Ship naman, may ka-teammate ka na nangangailangan ng tulong. Ang kabutihan mo ay babalik din sa'yo. Pink at 6. Kay Monkey naman tayo, may makakapansin ng sipag mo. Stay consistent. Orange at 8. Kay Rooster naman tayo, ang pagiging tahimik ay hindi laging sagot. Minsan kailangan din magsalita. White at 9. Kay Dog naman tayo, maaaring may shift sa schedule. Iwasan mainis, i-adjust lang. Gray at 2. Kay Pig naman tayo, baka mapunta ka sa posisyon ng pagdedesisyon. Use your intuition. Blue at 7. Paalala lang, ito po'y patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan araw-araw ang horoscope of the day. Dito lang po sa Beautiful Day with me, Master Hans Kua.
Thank you as always, Master Hans Kua. Now, our guest today is an expat who spent 17 years in the Philippines and most of that time learning about love the hard way.
The hard way.
From wonderful to heartbreaking experiences, he's been through it all. But through highs and lows, John Dang found growth, wisdom, and a whole lot of stories to tell right here on Love Hacks.
Love hacks, we got you. No need to be sad.
Beautiful day, John and Coach V, of course. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited because I never thought I'd be talking to John on the show about his love life.
Diba? From real estate to love real quick.
I didn't know how I got convinced to do this.
Okay.
But John, you've been in the Philippines for 17 years?
Roughly around that.
Roughly
yeah.
17 years. What has been your most memorable experience so far?
Jeez, there's been so many. You know, like I always say, like the Philippines is a country where everything's difficult, but anything is possible.
Okay.
So, like anything I dreamed about doing here, I did. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to be a tech entrepreneur. I did that. I wanted to be a real estate investor. I did that. I wanted to be a content creator. I did that. But I couldn't do all these things without the love and support that I get here. And I don't get that anywhere in the world. So you really feel encouraged with the relationships that you have.
Yeah.
And encouraged just by people in general. It's like, yeah, whatever you want to do, go do it.
I love that because Coach V, you helped us bring John here on the show. You were a guest on his podcast, and it shook his foundations, I heard.
I know. I was so surprised at the beginning because we have a very successful, renowned real estate expert asking me to be in his show. I was like, what does dating and love, has something to do with real estate?
Yeah.
You need somewhere to
Yeah.
go.
And now he's on Love Hacks.
Yes.
That.
I love that. But Coach, why do you feel that, we were trying to describe his situation here in the
Right.
Philippines, and you called it a roller coaster.
Yes.
What made you say that we could describe what he experienced as a roller coaster?
Yes. So absolutely, John, just like many other expats in the Philippines, have went to the Philippines not just for like career success, but along the way, of course, you can't help it but be charmed by some of the the Filipina love that we've been hearing. But like John here have very interesting stories because it wasn't just like straight like, oh, I found love. Like he also gone through the experience of vetting, like who to tell who's real or not, like what kind of what are the traits of a high value Filipina, before I even choose the one. So that's like one thing that we want to hear from him about his past experiences on dating, because there's a lot of expats who's going through the same thing, coming to the Philippines not just for business success but also of course for love.
You actually call yourself an expat who found love the hard way.
No, I don't
ba?
call myself. I don't even call myself an expat.
Yeah, but
I'm just labeled as such because I'm a foreigner here.
Okay.
If I can call myself Filipino, I would.
Yeah.
I call this place my home. I love it here, and I love the people here. It's the closest thing I feel to family. So to me, it's home.
Yeah. So we have you on the show because you also have questions for Coach V that I feel would re-illuminate our viewpoint when it comes to your own situation. So is there something that you could share with Coach V that she'll be able to dissect for us?
Share.
Yes. A question from you, or again, you're coming here not just for you, but like as a representative of the expat community who's,
Absolutely. I think
gone through.
one of the common struggles for foreigners and expats coming here is being able to find and identify women who have good values and, more importantly, value themselves.
All right, Coach.
So what are the signs probably, no, that that the Filipino is high value and values themselves absolutely. So I would say I would look at the track record in a sense that before you even came to their life, what were they doing? Were they just partying? Were they just bumming around? Or were they busy building a career and taking care of family? Taking care of family, you know, like in the Philippines, that's very unique. So it's not some sort of like, oh, we are forced to do it. A lot of Filipinas are happy to do it. And although it may seem like a turn off initially for Western people, because like, oh, you have a lot of people to support, that's actually a good sign of a nurturing woman.
The breadwinner.
The breadwinner. So look for the breadwinner, Filipina.
That's a great tip.
Yeah, that's
okay.
really interesting because Coach V did mention that it's not normal overseas. We're used to it, and maybe that's why we
It's so
don't
normalized.
necessarily feel that way. But then, did you feel that was something you had to adjust to dating Filipino women in particular? Because again, it could be maybe at some point a bit. A bit too much for some, overwhelming. I think it's the
was
right
that
word.
new for you?
Dating breadwinners.
Yeah, like having that, a girl who wants to support their family or needs to support their family.
I've
From
dated both type of women.
Yeah.
Women who expect to be supported, and then women who are the breadwinner. I've always admired that. So it's never been a problem. It's something I've always respected. It's something I also highly value. I understand that because my parents and I are born in Vietnam, so we have similar cultures.
Okay, yeah.
Where we
That helps.
also send back money back to our family
Right.
in Vietnam.
Even if you grew
Right.
up in the States.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
All right.
So it's baked in our cultural values. So for me, it was something that was very easy to understand, and something that I've admired very much about women here.
Okay.
So you've dated breadwinners, and you've dated women who expect you to support them or expect support from their partners.
I call
in
them
general.
princesses.
Princesses.
The princess treatment girls.
Yeah.
The princess treatment. You know what?
Let's
Kasi
talk about
parang
that.
I feel like there is a bit of a contrast here, because you always tell us, Coach V, that it's okay to be super strong on the outside at work, maybe, or
Yes.
when you're in the office, but when you get home, you have to be a baby.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right?
There's a
Yeah.
schedule.
So
5
there's
p.m. onwards,
yeah.
baby.
So,
I like that he remembers the schedule.
Yeah,
5.
so ibig sabihin, when
love this show.
when they're with you, if women who follow this
Yeah.
this advice,
Yeah.
when they're with you, they're already princesses.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
outside the relationship, they're the lady
Right.
boss.
Yes.
I think regardless of whether they're the breadwinner or princess, they want a man to support and take care of them.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I think for a lot of expats or foreigners who come here, a lot of us have this 50-50 expectation. I had that when I first came here.
okay.
And I had
Okay.
to adjust to that, right?
Okay.
I had to understand that that was okay. And in hindsight, when I think about it, and I learned about women here in their careers, even as successful women in a great career, they could be doctors and lawyers, but they are not, even them can't
and still
afford,
wants to be babied. Go ahead.
even them can't afford the condo that you live in
Oh, yeah.
BGC or Makati,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, yes, it's great to have a woman who's strong in their career, who wants a good career, but they're not going to be able to live the same lifestyle as you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you need to understand as a foreigner, when you come and you date a woman, do expect to take care of them. Do expect to financially support them. And that's why you should be a lot more careful and selective in jumping into a
Yes,
That is
relationship.
true.
Yeah.
That is true.
You had Coach V on your podcast, and you said that it was one of your most interesting episodes. What was your personal biggest takeaway from your conversations with Coach V? Because she has a lot of scientifically backed statements that sometimes even me, I'm like, really? Is there what is it in that conversation you had with her that really stuck out to you that you actually took to heart afterwards?
I really dug into her about the Afam culture. And I really wanted to question that.
Okay.
I really, really wanted to question that. And I still do. I want to get her on a second podcast, and I'm going to go a lot deeper into this subject. We don't have time for that here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of questions that I have about that. It is a cultural thing, and I understand it. I don't necessarily agree with everything about it.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like the subject matter I wanted to bring her on for.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Yeah,
So,
Coach V,
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, so let me just add about what she was saying, that about the successful Filipinas here, right? Even
Yeah.
if you date a successful Filipina, that's true. We cannot necessarily, like be a part to what people coming from the West are like earning, right?
Yeah.
But more than that, whether you date a successful Filipina or not, a lot of us still have that traditional mindset, wherein
Oh,
whether
yeah.
we're earning our own money or not, women in general still wants to feel that a man is responsible, and then the man is more than happy to take care of us so we can take care of the family.
Yeah.
So this is where the gold digging stuff comes in, because a lot of
Yeah.
expats are like
Yeah.
scared of this. No, that's why he was asking like, Coach V, how can I tell if it's a good woman? Because they are willing, once they've understood the Filipino culture, I've seen in my expats clients that they're willing to support. But
Yeah.
really, they have to understand the culture, because it is a culture shock for other countries that we still want to be babied and supported even if we're doing well.
Coach V,
financially.
knowing John's stories in general, does it help that he's Asian American and not just a European or an American who
American,
actually, because he mentioned that he has roots in Vietnam. That he has a similar culture in the
Yeah.
sense that he understands at the very least the values that typical Southeast Asian countries have. Does that help when it comes to his own assimilation here and understanding the Filipino woman compared to, let's say, other foreigners who are in the country who don't really have Asian roots?
Yes. So of course, with the AFAM dating culture now, AFAM is defined as typically someone who's coming from the West and he's white.
Yes.
But I think a strong advantage of John here is when it comes to dating, you don't have to explain a lot. Like there's an advantage like for Filipinos when it comes to courtship, because you know how to court the friends, the family, the people around the woman. With him, also having that background, like coming from Vietnam and having Asian parents, I feel like his heart is not very different from the Filipino's heart, even if he grew up in the States. So there's less friction and there's less explanation.
Yeah.
I feel like it but it's such an advantage. I was talking to him about this before, that when we look at him, I was like, oh, I thought he was Pinoy, and then he
Yeah.
starts
Yeah,
speaking in
yeah.
English, and then I was like, it has the same effect as when you talk to a foreigner who's like a fam. So that English factor is like Filipino looking but English accent, very, very nice.
Wait, so does that mean when I was younger I should have talked in a bit of an accent just to make it work?
I mean, you can try, Pao, but
I'm just saying.
But I'm curious.
That's interesting.
I'm actually curious because you said there are some aspects of the AFAM culture that you disagree to that. What are these particular aspects of the AFAM
Just
culture
the
that?
big Cliff Notes version of it.
Well, look. I mean, I know a lot of women here really put men who are foreigners on a pedestal.
Yeah.
But you have to also understand the numbers don't work in your favor.
yes.
Right?
Oh,
So there are a few minority of these men, and they're going to come here, and a lot of them are going to have a lot of options.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're competing against that. And so I think as a matchmaker, you want successful relationships, right? And part of the problem you're probably going to have to deal with is expectations,
Yes.
right?
That-
People's expectations versus reality. And so does that, encouraging that, is that going to make it better? So I think, and I have to question, are there a lot of good Filipino men? Right? There's a lot of good Filipino men. I have a lot of good Filipino friends here, and they have incredible family values.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not celebrated enough. So those are the types of things I would ask.
So, what's amazing about John is he had me in his show, but at the same time, even if he's an expat, he's really advocating as well for Filipino men.
Yeah.
Because he was like, why are women have this preference towards, foreigners when you also have Filipinos
Great
with really
Filipino men
great
here.
values.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I do agree with you. Once you expect to be dated by an AFAM, you have to compete with the numbers, and at the same time, meeting a foreigner outside of the country is different from when you meet them here. Because when they're here and they open the dating app, their dating app blows up 1,000 matches, thinking, oh, I have so much option.
Right.
And so when a man has a
Yeah.
lot of option, and not everybody is serious, of course, they
Right.
could feel that they can date around. Not all, but some, right?
And many of these men didn't get that same type of attention back
When
home.
back home,
So
that's
when they
right.
come here, they get all that attention, and it's this rock star syndrome that they have to go through.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
like
And
that
so, what
rock star
phase are
syndrome.
you getting them at?
Did
Yeah.
you
Right.
did you ever get that rock star?
Of course, I think most. I mean,
Of
not
course.
as much. Not as much. Okay, like I think I went through the first honeymoon stage in my first year or two, and
Yeah.
we
Okay.
talk about it. Like,
Okay.
amongst expat, we talk about that phase, and some of these
You
expat
talk
never.
about that.
Yeah, we do. And some of these guys never grow out of that
I
phase.
get you.
Oh,
Yeah, I get
there
you.
you
Right,
go.
Okay.
and some do,
All
and
right,
they
yes.
mature and they settle down. And I will say that I will try to represent Asian Americans
Okay.
here, and I will say something about that. I think Asian Americans can be a bit of a gem as well, right? If you're looking at foreigners, simply because we, back home, oftentimes we're overlooked,
Yeah.
right? And so when we come here, like you have to, and back home, you probably have to work harder to stand out,
Gotcha.
right?
Yes.
And so when you get someone who's well put together here, they're probably, I guess, more, I would say, what's the right word for it? Proven, I guess, right? So don't overlook them as well.
Absolutely. Noted, John.
No, but I know I kind of
agree.
I understand where he's coming from when it comes to that,
yes.
because again, when coming from an Asian American background, I just talk to a lot of the Filipino American athletes who do come over here and feel that they are overlooked. They have to work doubly hard to even
Yes.
prove they're American. And when they come over here, they feel a bit more accepted in general. And that's why they fall in love with the place. And that's how they
Yes.
end up falling in love with Filipino women as well, that
Absolutely.
who have grown up here, because
Right.
it's the attention, the acceptance that they don't get elsewhere.
The
I-
respect.
yeah, so I don't know if that's the same,
Yes.
situation that you had.
100%.
But I
Yes.
think,
Right.
Coach V, it's all about value matching as well.
Absolutely. And Asian Americans have the best of both worlds. You have the Asian culture and you have the American advantage. I mean, I have not talked about it enough just because there's this AFAM era happening, but it doesn't mean that we're not serving American, Asian clients. In fact, there are women here who specifically tell us in matchmaking, Coach, I want somebody who's halfies. Halfies could be Filipino Americans, or somebody who's Asian and grew up in America, because again, you have best of both worlds.
Yeah,
Asian
yeah.
culture, American assets.
Yeah. Yeah, look, we're actually running out of time here,
All right.
John. But then, you know what? We'd love to have you back on the show. Maybe to talk about real estate this time.
Yeah,
love to.
yeah.
Instead of just your love life. But we would
Yes.
love to have you on Love Hacks again some other time. And
But talking about love is always interesting.
Yes.
Always
Yes,
fun.
yes, especially coming from a different point of view, But before we let you go, our show is called Beautiful Day. So what makes your day beautiful, John?
Oh, just, I guess the smiles, the loving relationships that I see, just the happiness of people here.
oh, I love
You
that.
know, like just people who are always happy no matter what the situation is.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, John Dang, for sharing your story with us today. And thank you, Coach V, for today's Love Hacks. And of course, we have that hotline where you can send your questions and messages.
Absolutely. For those who wants to get their love problems or challenges solved using science, please do join us here in Love Hacks. You could send us a message, give us a call at 0927-975-1235, or drop by the the Bilyonaryo studio to apply.
To apply, I love
To be a guest on
be
the
a
show.
guest, yeah.
Not to date John Dang, all right? It's applied to be on the show, okay?
Yeah, sorry, John Dang here is happily taken. So
Yes,
There you
he has,
go.
he has found
John
love already.
Yes. All right. So we're gonna wrap things up here, and we are still counting on the days of Christmas, and we have, as we bring out the graphic here, around 42 days, 42 beautiful days before Christmas. And for us here at the studio, that's a wrap on our show this Thursday, November 13th. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Remember, keep it cool and take it easy.
And I'm Ann Asis-Carilo. Have a great day ahead, and always remember to choose joy and spread love and kindness wherever this day takes you. See you again tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
Beautiful day!